Hey there, friends. It is another gorgeous day in September, and so I can't teach yoga inside on a day like today. So we're gonna come outside and do it. So let's take a seat on the mat. You're probably inside, but it doesn't matter. Let's take a seat on the mat. Shoulders stacked over hips, plugging the tailbone into the earth, the crown of the head into the sky. Relax the eyes, relax the face, relax the cheeks, relax the throat, and begin breathing in deeply in through the nose, filling up with the air of now, exhaling through the nose, and repeat. Inhale deeply in through the nose, pausing at the top of the breath, exhale deeply. One more time, just like this, breathing in deeply in through the nose. Pausing when you're full, exhale down. Beautiful. So our shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Our ears are relaxed away from the eyes. Our eyes are relaxed away from the crown of the head. We're just relaxing everything up here. So nowadays we live all around here. We live in our head. We start getting upset, nervous, tense, transmit that energy through our neck to our shoulders, the muscles tense, and there we go. So we're letting it all go. So let's inhale deeply in through the nose. Pull down, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. One more time, inhale up, exhale down. Beautiful. Inhale across, palms up, open the shoulder blades in the back, exhale. Beautiful. Let's turn to our backs, coming all the way down to your back, lying on your back on your mat, bringing your right knee into your chest, circling your right ankle in one direction and then the other, and then bringing that knee over to your right shoulder, stretching the inner thigh. Open the throat. Full body stretch, pressing through your left heel, switching sides. Right leg goes out long and straight. Left knee comes in, circling the ankle of the left foot. Reverse the circles. And then bringing that knee over to the shoulder. Relax the throat, open it up to the sky. Full body stretch here. And then bringing both knees into the chest, both legs high to the sky. Let's take a cat stretch here. So rounding open at the shoulder blades, reaching for the feet. Maybe you touch them, maybe you don't. Maybe you hold on to your calves. So cat stretch here. And then let's take the left leg down, keeping the right knee up, and continuing to stretch the back of this right leg. So feeling it from the hamstrings all the way down the calf. Switching sides, right leg down, left leg up. Pressing through the heel. Really getting it good in the back of that leg. And let's crisscross the knees and just rocking from side to side. Pressing the low back into the mat. Noticing how it feels, circling around on the low back in one direction and then the other. And then just turning to one side, your left side, resting your bicep, your head on your bicep, taking a moment in fetal asana pose. Take a moment to think about what's in your heart for the moment. What would you like from the universe? So what is your wish? What is your intention? So intention, Maybe it's coming from your heart, your mind. Attention will follow. Energy flows where the mind goes. So set a sankalpa for this practice. It adds more importance to your day, to your practice. When you're ready, guiding yourself up to your tabletop at the center of your mat. So tabletop, I'm in the side view. We're going to take a little bit of a cat-cow series, so dropping the belly, looking up at the sky. Inhale here. Exhale into cat, and then sit back in child's pose with your cat back. So my rounded shoulders, tailbone tucked under. Inhale again. Drop the belly. Take a kidney squeeze, turning from one side to the center, to the other side, back to the center. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat, inhale back, stretch, exhale forward, drop down. Kidney squeeze, turning to the left, center, right, center, and one more time. Inhale in cow. Exhaling cat, hold your cat, guide your hips back to your heels, rounding in child's pose, coming back to your cat, neutral spine, kidney squeeze to the left, midline, right, midline. Beautiful. So moving our spine in different directions, super healthy, super good. Every day doing that. So left leg goes out nice and long in our bird dog. Right arm comes out nice and long. Gaze is down, squeezing the butt cheek. Toes are down, heel is up. That leg is in Tadasana pose. Elbow to knee. Elbow and stretch. Elbow and stretch out long. Last time, elbow to knee. And then stretch out long and hold. Noses faces down to the mat. Let's just open up to the sides in our helicopter. Holding this pose. Leg comes out, arm comes out. Let's come back to the midline. Go all the way over to the other side. Toes are down, heel stays up. We're balancing here. Coming back to the midline. Nice. Wag your tail. Release that. Now we're pressing into our fingertips, not just dumping into my palms. I'm outside, I'm on a little bit uneven surface here, so it feels a little different to me. But if you're on a flat surface, like in your house, it should feel pretty good to press into your fingertips and your knuckles. Right leg out long and straight, toes are down, heel is up, butt cheek is tight. Left arm comes out long. Elbow to knee. And bird dog. Elbow to knee, bird dog, and repeat, bird dog. Nice. Let's open up, bringing the left arm to the left, the right leg to the right. Balancing, wide open helicopter, and then coming back to the midline, crossing over, balancing yet again, and then back to the center. Nice. Wag that tail. Beautiful. Let's sit back, tucking the toes under, guiding the hips back so you can either sit up, you can sit down with your hips on your heels, you can come forward in all fours if this is too much. So we're just going to spend a moment here, toes tucked under, getting a nice toe stretch. So it feels like it kind of hurts, right? So adding awareness to the soles of the feet, super important. We start losing our sensation in the soles of the feet as we get older than we were when we were younger. So stretching out the toes, here we are. Breathing, finding calm in the storm is a yoga principle. So we can do that, inhaling up. High to the sky, as if something's pulling you up to take the focus away from the toes, away from the feet. Press out to the sides, hands go out, pressing away, shoulders are down. Breathing, 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 and let's come forward on the mat. Pat that out. So let that go loose, let that happen, wag your tail a little bit, and we'll tuck the toes under, feeling easier this time because we're going to use the soles of the feet to help us coming into our downward facing dog. So butts are high to the sky. You see the side view here. My heels are down, my shoulders are back and down, my gaze is between the feet. Downward facing dog. My hands are shoulder distance apart. Inhaling right leg high to the sky, stacking right hip over left. Opening up the hip. And breathing, gazing out under the armpit. And squaring those hips. Same thing on the other side. Inhale up, left leg high. Kicking left heel into right butt cheek. Opening up. Gazing out under the armpit. Feel that hip opener, bringing that foot down. Hopping feet behind hands right away. Hanging in your forward fold here. So forward fold, our hips go high, high, high to the sky. We're really extenuating the awareness in the back of the legs, bending through the knees, inhaling up. Salute to the sun. Straight up and down right here. Straight up and down, salute to the sun. Interlacing the fingers, pressing to the sky. Using the right elbow to pull the left arm over like a strap. Feeling it in the left shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale over to the other side. Using the arm like a strap. Inhaling back to center, taking a nice back bend here. So where's the back bend coming from? It's coming from the upper spine, the thoracic spine. So heart forward, chest expansion. Heart to sky, back bend. Breathing in this nice air. So I'm in Minnesota, as most of you know, so if there is weather like this, Indian summer, like, oh my golly, gosh, you have got to get out and drink it in. Drink in the yang from the sun. Feel your feet on the bare earth. Super grounding. We've got to do it, right? Because we know, as they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Beautiful. Arms down at the sides. So we're going to take our sun salutation from the top. So we're going to take it from Tadasana pose as opposed to sometimes we're down, taking it more in a Vinyasa style. So it doesn't really matter, but we're just going to notice how it is. So at the top of the mat, inhale up. From Tadasana pose, swan dive down, hands to mat, stepping back into your downward facing dog. From down dog to high plank or kneeling plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, or kneeling, cobra, or up dog. Exhale back in your downward facing dog. I'm going to take my left foot forward, coming into a low lunge here, rising up into my crescent lunge. Hands come back down, switching sides. Right leg forward, low lunge here as part of my sun salutation. Rising up, crescent lunge. Hands back to the mat. Left foot comes forward, inhale up. Salute to the sun. So that's one version of a sun salutation. You can add different things to it. You can put chair in there, but we started from standing up as opposed to down on all fours. So we're going to repeat again. Inhale up, exhale down, hands to mat, push back into your dog. Downward facing dog to high plank or kneeling plank, chaturanga or kneeling, cobra or up dog. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Again, left leg forward, rising up. Crescent lunge. Let's open this up a little bit. Taking a little bit of a twist. So both feet are facing forward. Putting the hands back on the mat, pushing that leg back. Right leg forward, low lunge. Rising up to crescent. Opening up. Hands back to mat. Popping the left foot forward, bending through the knees. Inhale back up again. So sometimes doing this in a different sequence feels a little different. Different thing for your mind, something else to think about. Let's take a wide-legged straddle stance here, way wider than hip distance apart. I'm gonna hinge forward at the hip crease where your thigh meets your torso here, reaching out long, butts go back. Butts now go high, tailbone to the sky, crown to the earth, holding on to the back of your heels, your ankles, pulling yourself forward and breathing. So we're lifting up high, give you the side view here, lifting up high, so forward fold isn't just hanging here, releasing tension in the spine, it's also lifting up. So take a couple of inhales and exhales here. Bending through the knees, we'll inhale all the way back up again. Wide-legged salute to the sun, kind of more like a compassion stretch. Down to the sides, rounding forward, palms out open. Beautiful. So when we're in our standing pose, holding kind of an isometric hold here, we want to make sure our alignment is correct. So again, shoulders, hips, and so forth, balancing your weight equally between both feet. If we're on two legs, between both shoulders, between the right side and the left side of the body. And let's just cartwheel this down, push back into your downward facing dog, meeting in your dog. We're gonna play flip dog or fire hydrant dog here. So I'm gonna inhale, right leg high to the sky, walking left hand to the center of the mat, release my right arm, send my hips up high, and squeeze, flip dog. So you can stay in fire hydrant dog here instead of doing your flip dog. We're pushing the hips up high, huge back bend, inversion, heart above the head, and then we're gonna flip this dog back again. Let's just flow a little bit from high plank back to down dog, releasing that a little bit. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg comes high, right hand goes to the center of the mat, release the left arm, send the hips up high, and breathe out through the mouth. Hips are high, pressing into your fingertips, not just dumping into your palm. Holding this pose longer than you'd like. And then we'll flip this dog back to our regular downward facing dog. Bending through the knees, wide stance, big toe mounds together, stretching long, hips go back. So child's pose, maybe you stack your fists, rest your forehead on your fists. Breathing here, gazing inward yet again at your sankalpa, your positive intention, that which you want more of. Inhaling back up again, tucking the toes under, pushing yourself back into your downward facing dog. Right leg up, high to the sky, bending the right foot, bringing the right foot forward, rising up into your crescent lunge. Right leg forward, left leg back on the ball of the left foot. So let's just inhale up, straighten that leg, push down to the sides. Inhale up, flowing crescent lunge, exhale down. One more time, inhale up, exhale down. And let's bring those hands to frame the front foot. Let's hop the back foot forward just a little bit, coming into our pyramid pose. So once again, our hips go high to the sky. Looks kind of like I have a pyramid going on with my legs. Relax your head, your shoulders. And continue to feel that stretch in the back of your front leg. It's pretty intense. Breathing, 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 bending your front knee. And let's see about taking your hands to your heart, rising up, hands to heart, coming back to crescent lunge. So hips are forward, shoulders are stacked over hips. Hands to frame the foot, pushing back into dog. Holding dog, flowing through your vinyasa from down dog to high plank, to chaturanga, to up dog, back to downward facing dog, holding here, stepping feet behind hands, hanging in your forward fold, hands to shins, reaching out long, flat back. Folding forward yet again, bending through the knees, inhaling up, salute to the sun. 3 breaths, reaching up tall. Swan dive down, hands to mat, pushing back to dog. So revisit your dog. Notice how much more room there is in your body, room in your mind. Room in your heart. Inhaling, left leg high to the sky. Left knee comes forward, rising up into crescent lunge on this side. So right leg back, left leg forward. Nice hip flexor here. Getting a good stretch. We'll inhale up, push out to the side. Inhale up, push out to the side. One more time, coming up. Pushing out to the side and holding. Holding here. Let's bring the arms forward. Hop the back foot forward ever so slightly to create that pyramid shape. Lift up, especially with your left hip. So feeling the full extension in the back of your left leg. Breathing here. Really getting it good. Lifting both hips up high. Hands to heart, step back into your crescent lunge. Anjali Mudra, locking the thumbs into the heartbeat, really feeling the hip flexor. Beautiful, hands to mat, push back to dog. Flowing through the vinyasa, down dog to high plank, to chaturanga dandasana, to cobra or up dog. Exhaling back to down dog. Stepping feet behind hands, hanging in your forward fold. Hands to shins, reaching out long, flat back. Folding forward yet again, reaching the hips up high, bending through the knees. Inhaling up, salute to the sun. Hands come down the center, tracing the chakras, locking the thumbs into the heartbeat. So feel the heartbeat, hear the heartbeat through the thumbs. Rocking back and forth. I can feel the sun on my mat. This is such a good feeling. It feels warmer than September, but it doesn't feel like July. Coming into your mountain pose, your body like a mountain, your breath like the wind, and your mind like a clear blue sky. Feeling that you are connected to what matters to you in your heart. Feeling that you speak your truth. Your throat energy center at the base of your throat. You speak your truth and you listen to what is true. You dismiss what is not true. You trust your intuition center, your third eye at the center of your head, between your eyebrows, in the middle of your skull. You trust that. And trust your intuition. From the waist down, you are grounded to home, to creativity, to where you came from. From the heart up, you are lifted to ultimate pure consciousness. The lotus flower, the 1,000-petal lotus, expresses that pure consciousness. So in yoga we say, no mud, no lotus. You can't get that 1,000-petal flower at the tippy top, the crown of the head, without coming up through the mud. Okay, it's a yin and yang message. Let's open up again, straddle legs. Inhale up, high to the sky. Bending the left leg, bringing the arms down. I'm going to widen my stance, bending the left knee. Arms come out to the sides. Straighten the right leg, feeling that inner thigh stretch. And then I'm just going to open up. It's kind of like a side angle, but both feet are forward. Very much like a side angle, both feet are forward, pulling up the kneecap of the right leg. Inhale back to center, bending the right knee, left leg is straight. Moving to the side, coming back to center, arms out, full body stretch here, arms going to the sides, kneecaps pulled up, arms coming up, five-pointed star, wide-legged five-pointed star. And then pushing out to the sides. Let's come back to do one of our Qigong exercises, and it's kind of like a flowing chair, a version of a flowing chair. And what we're going to do is push away whatever we don't want. So fall is the season of letting go in Qigong. It's the season of the lungs, the season of inspiration. So feet hip distance apart at the most, bringing my arms up lightly. So they're very light here. You can see the side view. Nothing is too heavy, nothing jerky. So I'm going to inhale up. Full body stretch, high to the sky. Bend the knees and push away. And repeat. So you can see the side view. Inhale up, exhale down. Push away negative thoughts, frustration, sitting down in your chair. Push away junk. I'm getting rid of stuff at the consignment store, at the Goodwill. Push away what I don't need. Make room for what I want more of. Inhale up, exhale out through the mouth. Arms above the head, revving the heartbeat a couple more times. Inhale up. One more time, inhale up. Nice. So getting that sense metaphorically, actually, that we are pushing away what we don't need so that we have room for what we want more of. Nice. Let's take a standing camel stretch. So you can get as involved with this as you like, or you can make this as easy on yourself as you wish. So heart comes forward in camel. So I'm gonna lift out of my low back. I don't wanna be sinking into my low back. Maybe almost even taking a cat here. So I'm gonna inhale both my arms up, exhale down, and I'm just placing my hands on my butt, top of my butt. I'm lifting out of my low back, rotating my shoulders backwards, pushing my heart forwards, gentle standing camel. Bringing my elbows in closer. Get this back view, squeezing the shoulder blades, pushing the heart forward. Maybe bringing the heart up a little bit higher. Bending through the thoracic spine. And let's just release those arms, knock a little bit on the hips, knock a little bit on the back. Knocking. This is called your chi belt. It's the one meridian line of energy in the body that's horizontal. All the other ones go up and down. Let's just release anything back there that might have been something. Okay. So letting that go, opening up into warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. So left knee bent, left hip open, right leg parallel, right foot to the short end of the mat, gazing out over your left fingertips. And again, bringing your sankalpa into mind so that you're focusing on what you want more of. More weight loss, more energy, more vitality, more sense of purpose. Whatever that is, climbing out of the low back instead of just sinking down into it. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is soft. And let's reverse that warrior, coming to the other side. Shift that warrior, go to the other side. So left leg at the short end of the mat, right knee bent, shoulders stacked. So sometimes I see a lot of warrior twos going like this. That's not quite it. Pulling your shoulders back over your hips, gazing out over your middle finger, your drishti, your focal point, your Sanskrit word of the day. Arms are active, right? So there you go. Power to the community is warrior two. And breathing. Hip is open. Let's cartwheel those hands down. Let's push back into your downward facing dog. Holding your dog here for a moment, we're going to float a plank and we're going to side plank. So high plank, back to down dog. Holding the dog, coming back to the high plank, releasing your left arm, maybe stacking your feet. Shoulders are stacked. Maybe you stagger your feet. Maybe you lift one leg. Side plank. Coming back to high plank. Exhaling back to down dog. Coming back again to high plank. Releasing the other arm. Seeing the back view. Shoulders are stacked. Maybe you're lifting up a leg. Coming back to your high plank, holding high plank. So, butts are down in high plank. If your butt is up here, that's kind of not high plank. So kneeling plank is just as good as high plank, right? So breathing, exhale back to dog. Widen your stance coming into your straddle down dog. So hands stay the same in straddle down dog, but one of the gifts of straddle down dog is that your heels are for sure down. Gazing between your legs, lifting the hips up high, really getting a good stretch. Three-legged straddle down dog, left hand comes to the outside of the right leg. Breathing into this, stretch. And then switching sides. Right hand comes to the outside. Crossing over the midline. Breathing into that stretch. Lifting through the hips. And then bringing that hand down. Walking the feet back. Coming back to your plank. Heels are up, toes are down, leg is in Tadasana pose. Practicing it yet again, squeezing the butt cheeks, pushing the heels to the back of the room, bending through the knees, guiding yourself back to Balasana, child's pose. Take a break. Take a break in your child's pose, breathing up the low back, relaxing through the spine. Face is soft. Listen in for your heartbeat in child's pose. See if you can see and hear it. Count the beats. In through the nose, out through the nose. A few more breaths as you just contain all this big movement. We've had a lot of big yang energy so far. Now we're relaxing into our yin. Balancing the big yang with the yin. When you're ready to come out of child's pose, push yourself up, sending your legs out nice and long in front of you. So long legs in front, hips go back, walk your butt cheeks back, shoulders stacked over hips, arms come straight up. So feeling yourself climbing out of the low back, right? We can't sit in the low back if we're climbing up with our arms like this. So shoulders are still down. So my shoulders aren't up here, my neck is relaxed, my face is relaxed. I'm gonna fold forward with a twist. So I'm gonna take my right hand to the outside of my left foot and bring my left arm straight up. And I'm feeling that forward fold twist. Maybe you're holding on to the outside of your calf. I'm going to inhale back up again, straight arms right up, folding forward, then twisting, holding on to the outside of my right foot with my left hand, lifting my left arm up. Just straight up. Feel the twist in the forward fold. Twists enlivening to the spine. Inhale back up again. Wide arms. Relax those arms down. We're going to come down to our side, do a balancing pose on the side body. Doesn't matter left or right, but we're doing our best to align our hips with our shoulders here. So I have my right arm stretched out long, my legs are straight, and I'm just going to kick my right heel into my butt cheek, my right butt cheek, and rotate my shoulder back, holding onto my ankle. And I'm just going to give myself a really good quad stretch here. I'm a mermaid, I'm balancing here on this side. So if you're wobbling a little bit, that's normal. That's what happens in balancing poses. You can rest your head on your bicep if you like. Feel that quad stretch. Flex that foot and release. I'm going to keep doing the front, so I'm switching sides so you can see me from the front. So just roll over to your other side. So now the left arm is out long, the right arm can be above the head. Balancing, doing your best to figure out if your hips are in alignment. I'm going to kick my heel into my butt cheek, rotate my shoulder back, and just give myself a little tug, a little stretch for that hip and that quad. You can rest your head on your bicep here. So a lot of times you see this stretch in gyms and people are keeping their knees all over the place. Knees stay together. They stay in alignment with the hips. And let's release that. Let's come to the belly. Just shake that out. Rotate back and forth. We're going to take a back bend from here. So whichever version you like. So you can take a baby cobra, you can take an up dog, whatever you feel is good for you. Try that one. So feet are nice and long, toes are down, pulling up the kneecaps. And then for a baby cobra, you don't even need your hands. It's all coming out from my low back, climbing up. So this doesn't feel good to me. This really just gets me too much in my lumbar spine. So for me, it's just way better to come all the way up into my up dog. Legs come down. So you do what works for you in your back bend here. So you can just look up a little bit or not at all. And then we're going to bring the arms out into goalpost arms. And then we're going to take a half frog. So bending your knee on the right side, your arms are in goalpost, and you're just letting that hip opener happen. Breathing in. And then switching sides, we'll straighten that leg, we'll turn the head, and open up the other hip, bending at the knee at a 90-degree angle. And then we'll release that stretch, bringing that leg straight, pushing yourself up. Come back to an easy seated pose at the top of your mat, crisscrossing at the ankles, coming into easy seat. We're going to take some twisting, a little bit more twisting from here. Inhaling up, turning to your right, dropping one arm behind, one arm in front, using your back arm like a kickstand, a second spine, dropping the shoulder. And then maybe you might take your hand to your knee. You might continue that twist until you look out over your shoulder. Letting the past be behind you. Inhaling back up to center, releasing both hands, turning to your left. Left arm goes behind you as a second spine. Here's the side view. Shoulder is down. Right hand can come to the knee, it can stay at the center. As we continue to twist and turn and look out over that shoulder, feeling your spine like a corkscrew. It's super warmed up now through our practice, so it feels good. And then release that, coming back to center. Nice. Let's come back to the center of the mat. Let's use a cat stretch, rounding forward, using our arms like a tray that we're holding. We don't want to spill the glasses of tea. We'll come all the way down to the mat, bringing the knees into the chest. Release the low back yet again, and finding your happy baby, soles of the feet to the sky. Rocking back and forth, moving from side to side. Whatever feels good to you. And then bringing the soles of the feet together, coming into our bound ankle. Same dealio, opening up the hips just a little bit more here. And then bringing both feet down to the mat, hip distance apart, arms out into a T, and just allowing both legs to melt from side to side. You can follow your legs, you can look away. Just let it go like windshield wipers. Coming back to center, stretching the legs out long, arms above the head. Twinkle your fingers, your toes. Inhale up and then exhale down, bringing both arms down to your sides. Finding yourself ideally situated for your final resting pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Taking a moment to just let your practice sink in your corpse pose. Everything that you did, all the energy, all the good feelings. I hope you can hear the birds. Gorgeous September day, 2020. Consider everything going on the inside of your body, smiling back at you. Your internal organs have an inner smile. They're smiling back at you for massaging them from the inside out, twisting and turning them, stretching them. Ending today's practice with a mantra, you are enough. You didn't hear it? I said, you are enough. Today, tomorrow, the next day, it's a mindfulness metaphor of how can I be anything more than I am at the moment. So if you're sick today, this is what you being sick, this is enough. This is all it is. If you're energized, your enough is a different version, but it can never be more than the moment. When you feel ready to drop back into the room and transition from your practice, you can blink your eyes, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Thank you, body, for bringing me to yoga practice today. Thank you, mind, for thinking this was a good idea. And thank you, spirit, for being playful on the mat. Turning to one side, sealing your practice in, remembering your sankalpa, your positive intention. Guiding yourself up to an easy seat. We'll plug into the earth, plug into the sun, align the spine with one nice big breath in. Body, mind, spirit, hands together, exhale down. Namaste. Thanks everybody for joining me for another great yoga class, a great yoga class outside. I'll see you here with more classes. Have a great day.